and gentlemen, welcome back to another video where I'm going to be giving you my early NFL locks for this upcoming season. Also, very quickly, I just want to address my absence plus my potential absence going further. There was a medical emergency in my family. Things are looking much better now. I'm not going to get into specifics about what happened or who it was, but I just want to let everybody know it was not my dad. He's okay. I'm okay. It's just I might need to step away and provide some assistance for the next couple weeks, so there might be some days I'm just not able to get content out. However, a couple of plugs before we hop into it. Don't forget to use code Wyatt's World on G Fuel, Waggle, or Prize Picks. By using my codes on G Fuel or Waggle, you'll save a discount on any of their products, and by using it at sign up on Prize Picks, you're going to guarantee yourself to win a free $50 with your first $5 entry. But please remember to always play responsibly, and let's get into the video. Okay, folks, so we are going to be doing this on the old Prize Picks today, so for those who want to give this a shot, again, all you got to do is just scroll over to the NFL seasonal window here, and then here's all your options right now so far. They always add a ton more. And for anybody who also might be wondering, can you use, the $50 promo on this? Absolutely you can. I would just place the $5 entry probably on baseball or something so you can ensure that you get the 50 immediately, but then you'll be able to play whatever you want. Anyway, this first ladder we're going to do, I'm going to be trying to do safe plays only. And one of the plays that I think is extremely safe is actually the one I talked about in my video last week, and that's Jared Goff throwing more than 28.5 passing touchdowns. Jared Goff has thrown 29 or more touchdowns his last 3 seasons, and he still has pretty much the same offense. Outside of injury, I don't understand any scenario in which he would not be able to achieve this. Oddly, another one I like is Kyler Murray here for more than 20.5 passing touchdowns. So in other words, he just needs to get 21. If you look outside of Kyler's rookie season, if he plays in 14 or more games, he is throwing more than 20 touchdowns. Plus, now Kyler also realizes he's got a monumental weapon in Trey McBride, and I think a lot of people, including myself, are expecting a better season out of Marvin Harrison Jr. I have no problem with that one. Moving on to rushing touchdowns. There's a lot of these that just seem too good to be true, and that's the scariest thing about it. But one I'm feeling pretty good on is Ashton Jeanty. 8 touchdowns is all he needs. I mean, he is going to be the focal point of that offense. I wonder what his rush yards are at. 1,074. That doesn't seem out of the question either, but I feel like he's gonna get 8 touchdowns. I feel like that's more likely as well, just due to the goal line opportunities where they're probably gonna feed him the ball. Again, not that he won't get this yardage. I'm taking him on 8 touchdowns. Also, for those wondering why I always pick the Moors, it's because it's a lot easier to root for someone to achieve something than for them to not. That's what I think, at least. Looking at some reception touchdowns here, Travis Hunter 4.5, meaning he only needs 5. That's enticing. Mike Evans getting 8. That's enticing. Brian Thomas getting 7. That's enticing. Malik Neighbors getting 8. These are all good. I will say Brock Bowers getting 5 seems like that seems a little too good to be true. There's no way they don't just light him up this year. But then down here, there's also Jalen Waddle, where all he needs is 4 touchdowns. Oh shit, and now we got Drake London right here with 7 and Terry with 7. I actually really like Drake London. No matter how Penix does, he's gonna get lit the fuck up. I might actually impulsively take this one. He had 9 touchdowns last year. Yeah, I think Drake London's gonna get that. How about rush yards? Couple of good ones. I'm not gonna take anybody up in the 13 to 1400 range. That's outrageous. Josh Jacobs just over 1,000. I know that they have a backup that they like who I was unaware of. Forgot his name, so he might get some carries, but I think that's pretty safe. I think Aaron Jones getting 750, that's pretty safe. Weirdly enough, Drake May for 425. That's enticing to me. Honestly, I think I'm gonna roll with Josh Jacobs. After the year he had, there's no way they don't just still give him an ass ton of carries. Matter of fact, 4 out of his 6 seasons, he has done better than this yardage-wise. I'm confident. And that's actually gonna be our first lineup we submitted. $15. I didn't do the Supermax this time. But if all 5 are good, I win $150. If 4 of 5 are good, I win 30. And 3 of 5, I win a whopping 6. Again, the play is Jared Goff, more than 28.5 passing touchdowns. Kyler Murray, more than 20.5 passing touchdown. Ashton Jeanty, more than 7.5 rushing touchdown. Drake London, more than 6.5 receiving touchdown. And Josh Jacobs to run for more than 1,049.5 rushing yards. I feel like that's a dub. I do. Okay, this next ladder we are going to dedicate to all those rookies out there. It will be rookies only. So looking at the quarterbacks, I think the only one who is, solidified as a day 1 starter right now is Cam Ward, and he is at 3,074.5 5 passing yards. I don't like that, I can't lie. Is Jackson Dart on here for shits and gigs? No, he's not. Well, looking at the rushing yards, we got Genty again with the 1,074. RJ Harvey with Denver, 725. Here's some more down here. Caleb Johnson, 900. He's the Pittsburgh guy, right? Obviously, it's a fucking Pittsburgh jersey. I might do that one. I've heard really, really good things about him. He's got a lot of hype. He looked good in college from the little bit of tape that I've seen. Guy almost just ran for 1,600 yards in college, 20 touchdowns. Passing game probably going to be pretty weak. I think I'm going to do it. Let's look at receiving yards here. Travis Hunter, 749 and a half. I think his touchdowns are going to be more likely than that. I don't know. I just don't know how much they're going to use him, and because they're playing him both. And I feel like if he's really, really good at defense, they're going to lean more towards, playing him more on defense. Matthew Golden, 724 for Green Bay. If that receiving room wasn't such a damn mess, I'd be more inclined to grab that. Tatoria McMillan, 799 and a half. I think we are going to send that. He had a pretty good touchdown one too, but yardage under 1,000 for 17 games and a guy who was drafted in the top 10 with the expectation to flip the franchise. That just looks promising to me. Conquo's not a rookie, but I am going to take this in a later one. Like I've been saying, Cam is going to find him to be a very reliable target and light him up. So, reception touchdowns now. Before we go back to Travis, let's glance and see what else we got. Tyler Warren for 5 touchdowns. That's interesting. Otherwise, I don't see a ton of options. Colston Loveland, 4 touchdowns. That's not bad. Think I am going to pick Travis Hunter, though. I can definitely see him being a guy where they kind of have him wait around, and then as soon as they get in the red zone, bam, he gets his ass on the field. Allen. Fucking dog. And then let's look at some sacks here. Abdul Carter, 6.75, so he needs 7. Done. That's only got us at 4. Should we take Cam Ward to throw 18 touchdowns? Fuck it, we ball. I could actually do up to 6, but I think I'm pretty good with this ladder. So this ladder is indeed a $15 super duper mega max. $300 all or nothing. We got Caleb Johnson running for more than 900.5 rushing yards. We got Tatoria McMillan receiving for more than 799.5 receiving yards. We got Travis Hunter catching at least 5 touchdowns. Abdul Carter getting at least 7 sacks, and Cam Ward throwing at least 8 touchdowns. Lock it! And the last ladder we are going to do for this video, I'm going to call the Wyatt's World Special. These are going to be players that maybe some people are high on, but I specifically, have expectations for them, and I kind of consider them my own little group of Brussels sprouts. So like I said, Chigoziem Okonkwo on the Titans, 500 receiving yards, I think is a guarantee. We've talked about him so much recently. We've talked about him so much in the last 5 minutes. I don't need to continue to plunder it. But after this season, he's going to be in like the top 10 tight end conversation, in my opinion. Another one I like, Dak Prescott, and people love him, people hate him. The guy's got an elite wide receiver. He's got a good wide receiver. He has got a good tight end. As far as I know, he's got a couple of them. The only thing I don't like in Dallas is their running back situation, which if it does indeed suck, well, they're gonna have to throw. Another one I really like here is actually Courtland Sutton. 7 touchdowns. With Sean Payton both years, he has had at least 8 or more. And Sean Payton, as much as I don't care for the guy, is a mastermind, like I've said time and time again, for getting players to, expose their best traits. And Courtland Sutton, no doubt about it, is a touchdown monster. That guy can come down with some unbelievable, miraculous catches. I don't see any reason why he will not at least get the opportunities to haul in 7 touchdowns this year. Moving on to a defensive one, Kalijah Cansey, 7 sacks. Well, actually, he only needs 6.5. Look, his rookie season, he was off to a great start, and then I believe that was when the injury happened. Only logging 4 sacks, moving on to last year where he came back playing in 12 games, recording 7.5 sacks. And now this year with the expectation that he's going to be starting the year healthy, a guy who is only continuing to improve, I think will indeed get well over 7 sacks. He'll be close to 10. And I mean like within 1 above or 1 below. Here we've got a Jaden Daniels rushing touchdown. All he needs is 6. That's what he got last year. I'm absolutely expecting him to go over that because I think that he is only going to continue to improve as a player. And in that aspect, he is going to try to take chances and opportunities that he probably didn't take last year, which probably could affect him, but also push him to the next level. And I think a lot of that will be with rushing. Not that he can really get much better than he already is. I'm just saying I expect him to be more of an aggressive player this year. And to make this a complete 6-leg ladder, we are going to have Baker Mayfield throwing for essentially more than 3,800 yards. Baker loves to throw. He loves to take chances, and every single player on that offense can catch. To me, this seems about as obvious as the Jared Goff touchdowns. Now watch these two be the only 2 that don't hit. So the final one, which is $10 to win $250, we have Chigoziem Okonkwo catching for more than 500 yards. Dak throwing for more more than 3,650 yards. Cortland Sutton getting 7 touchdowns. Kalijah Cansey getting 6.5 sacks. Jaden Daniels getting at least 6 rushing touchdowns. And Baker Mayfield throwing for 3,800 yards. I like those. I really do. And that is going to be all, ladies and gentlemen, for today's video. As always, please show support if you guys enjoyed yourselves, because you know I appreciate it. In the meantime, I'm going to get this edited so you can all watch it on time. And yes, I expect to do another one of these as we get closer to the season. But I just did this today because I was short on time, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get another video out this week. I hope to. However, enjoy the rest of your day. To people who are still finishing up school, congratulations. And I will see you in the next video.